control over God. But the reverse is the reverse is the truth, that we don't have control over God, but God has control over us. And the truth is, the reason why God does not concern himself with our feelings is because our feelings are subject to change. If you build anything on your feelings, it will fluctuate. Just like the wind, I'm telling you, if you build anything on your feelings, I feel like it. You might not feel like it tomorrow. I feel like it today. I don't feel like it tomorrow. That's how your feelings fluctuate. But God ain't got time for your feelings, but rather he will execute his plan regardless to how you feel. Because none of us feel like going through, but God, who has oversight about your life, he will override your feelings, because although I don't see the value of it today, God sees the praise that's going to come from it tomorrow. Doesn't it strike you funny? Doesn't it strike you that the same thing that you was crying about yesterday is the same thing you telling God, I thank you that I've been through it. The same thing you thought that boy you had to have, that girl you had to have, that job you had to have. If they had not fired you, you wouldn't have got the position you got now. If they had not left you, you wouldn't be with the Boaz that you have now. But some of the stuff that we cried about yesterday is going to be the same stuff you shout about tomorrow. The same stuff you squalling over and saying, God, I don't want to let it go. God, I don't want this in my life. God, don't take that from me. God, I need this in my life. It's the same thing when it's all over, that God is going to give you a dance about it. And folks will ask why you shouting, why your mouth open, and why your hands lifted. Because the thing I thought I couldn't do without is the same thing I'm doing without right now. I'm making it. I'm surviving without it. I thought I needed them, but look at God in my life. Yeah, y'all ain't talking back to me. When God's in your life, when God's glory is all over you and with you, you can survive with the less. You can survive with what you thought you had to have. The stuff you thought you needed, you can survive without it. Look at somebody and say, I'm surviving. I'm surviving. To take this a step deeper, if you will, it's interesting to me that there is a duality, that what you have or what you're going through, it has somewhat of a dual fold. It's two manifold. I am reminded of a scripture where there's a man by the name of Job, where Satan requested, where Satan had attacked Job's life. And now I talked about this last Thursday, but it was something that I saw that I didn't see until now. God, who is overseeing Job's life. Job is a man that is doing everything that is right. He's a husband. He's a father. He's doing what's right. God is pleased with his life to what the Bible is showing us. He's a man that escheweth evil. If he was in 21st century, he's a man that comes to church. He's there before church doors are open. He's one of the intercessors. He's a deacon in the church. He makes sure everything is open. He sings on the praise tape. He's playing the music. He's doing everything that you could possibly think of. This is Job, right? When I look at Job, I would think that this is not somebody that should have endured some of the stuff that he endured. If I look at Job, I would think, God, he should not have endured some of that stuff. But the Bible says this. The Bible says that he requested Job. Satan was going to and fro throughout the earth. And the Bible says to Job, what are you doing? He's saying, I'm going to and fro looking for somebody. Look at God says, well, have you considered my servant Job? Notice Satan didn't ask to attack Job's life, but God gave permission to him. God offered him to touch Job's life. Satan did the request to touch him. God offered him. Not yet, son. He offered. Well, when I look at it, he said you can touch everything that he have, but just don't touch his life. He removed the hedge from about Job, and now Satan attacked his family. Satan attacked his wealth, and then Satan attacked his business, and then Satan attacked his health. Now he touched everything but Job's life. That the only thing that Job is left with is a sick body and a crazy wife. And I said, well, God, what in the world are you doing? He said, keep reading the story. I read the story, and what I find is that after everything that Job had to happen to him, the Bible said that he shaved his head and he bowed down to the ground and worshiped God. God told me you want to know some of the greatest praisers? I said, who are they, God? He said, the greatest praisers are the ones who can praise me when I've divided from their life. You know, you understand that some of us would think that according to the way we know math as it is that we would have to add 1 plus 1 to get 2, right? We would have to multiply 4 times 4 to get 16, right? Well, God said that ain't how I work in the kingdom, because before I multiply, I divide, and before I add, I subtract. I said, God, what you saying? He said, if you're experiencing subtraction right now, and if you're experiencing division right now, this is a good time to shout, because God's about to add, and God's about to multiply in your life. Yeah, when I took away from you, blessed be the name of the Lord. The Lord give it, and the Lord take it away. But blessed be the name of God. I feel my preacher coming on me. You got to understand something. But some of the people that's sitting on your row don't even understand, but they in line for God to get ready to multiply, because they done survived division. They done survived subtraction. But would you nudge your neighbor for the first time and say, neighbor? Your neighbor ain't listening to you. I say, would you look at him and say, neighbor, God is about to add. God is about to multiply. Press down, shaking together, running over. Is God about to give back to you? Wait, now y'all ain't talking here. Be not weary in well doing, for in due season I'm about to reap. Look at somebody and say, reaping season is on my roll. Everybody that's on your roll, if they ain't excited with what God's about to say now, you might need to change your roll, because God just prophesied that it's my reaping season. I done sowed in tears, I done sowed in depression, I done sowed in tears, but now it's my time to reap. I'm about to celebrate. Yes, sir. Would you look at a neighbor? Don't look at them. You need to observe your atmosphere, because everybody that's not rejoicing, they might be hating on you, because God is about to do what you call it. And I think I'm a jig on your life. Oh, I feel like preaching here. Tell your neighbor, shake that hand real good and say, neighbor. You ain't shaking nobody. I said, shake that neighbor and say, neighbor, I deserve to celebrate. For as much as I cried, I deserve to have this joy. I deserve to dance. I deserve to open my mouth. Had you would have been through what I've been through, had you would have seen what I seen, you would have been praising him too. Don't deny me this joy. Don't deny me this praise. But open your mouth and give God glory. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what the devil is mad at. Because you don't need a praise team. You don't need a choir. You don't need musicians. They're good in this place. But all I need is my memory. Because when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, my soul, look at somebody and say, my soul is going to cry hallelujah. Before the praise team get up here, I got to thank you, Jesus. Before the praise team get up here, I got a hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. My hallelujah belongs to you. All of the glory belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. Somebody shout yes. Yeah. And people got the nerve. People got the nerve to talk about and to judge the way you praise and say it's uncouth and it's unorthodox. That ain't how we do it. You too radical. You too loud. But see, you don't realize, but when I was mentally depressed, God brought me out of it. You don't realize, but I came from an abusive home. I came from an abusive relationship, but God brought me out of it. You don't realize, I was raped and molested, but God brought me out. You don't realize, but I was raised without my daddy, but God done brought me out. You don't realize, but I'm raising my children without that daddy in their life. You think I deserve to be quiet? The devil is a liar. Every chance I get, I'm gonna open my mouth and give him glory. I ain't got the time to be stuck up. I ain't got the time to be cute. Get on my nerve when I come into the house of God. liar. God ain't got to do another thing. He did enough 2017 years ago when he got on that cross. I owe him praise. I ain't gonna sit there like a lump on a log, but I'm gonna open my mouth and give him glory. Pardon me if I dance all over you. Pardon me if I holler all over you. Pound my shire. Pardon me if I mess up your weave and if I mess up your makeup. If you would have been through what I've been through, you'll be shouting the victory too. Text 3 people around you and say, I owe him. I owe him. I owe him. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Y'all overworking the praise team. Y'all overworking the person that's in charge of the service because you act like you ain't got no reason to praise him. If that's the case, if you don't see no reason to give him glory, I'll show you. I got more than enough reasons. I just need another chance. I just need another opportunity because they'll fire me at work if I get loose like I really want to. But when I get among the upright, praise is comely among the upright. I'm supposed to praise him. I'm supposed to shout. I'm supposed to dance. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, this is just what I do. Oh God, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down. You got to understand that it's critical because what this does is this raises for me the issue of testimony. Testimony. It is critical.